In today's short video, I'm taking a trip to the Applecross Peninsula in Wester Ross. In the absence of a convenient weather window lately, I'm staying down fairly low to do some surveying for new and interesting locations for photography that lie off the beaten path. It's an excuse to get out when I've otherwise been tied down lately with other commitments. And it also provides a little insight into how I find some of the less obvious locations for adventure.
I'm Feargus, and this is the middle of nowhere. Howdy folks, welcome back to Scotland. I've been back about a month now and the dark times are finally over here. The spring equinox has passed and therefore the days are now longer than the nights. So these are the good times, especially in the spring, because up until kind of early June the midges are either not out in force or in fairly low numbers, so it's a really good time to be exploring. Today is not such a spectacular day. A bit cloudy, but it's dry, there's not much wind, so it's a good day for walking, just not such a good day for climbing big mountains or taking really nice photographs. So today I thought I would talk about my process of finding locations for my videos. Obviously my focus is on out of the way places, and ideally places which are off the beaten path, which few people would know about and you wouldn't be able to find if you did internet searches for places to go. So it's years since I heavily relied on walking guides, whether in book form or online. Instead I generally use Google Earth or other aerial imaging programs like the free aerial images that you can get from the Ordnance Survey to look for places which have potential. And in this case I've come to the Applecross Peninsula up in the northwest, opposite the island of Rona, and beyond that the Kerrang range on the Isle of Skye. And Applecross is interesting geologically because it's cut by long straight fissures, which are basically little canyons, little gorges, and in them you can sometimes find some lovely little pockets of damp Atlantic rainforest with beautiful pools and waterfalls. So I'm checking it out. I might take a few pictures. I got my camera in my bag, but that's not really what today is about. Today is about looking, finding new places, and maybe coming back again some other time when there's lots of leaves on the trees to make it look more colorful and full of life. So let's see what we find. Well, that was a nice little gully, but it wasn't exactly striking gold, which is what I was aiming for, something really, really special that nobody knows about. Although there was a really nice little set of waterfalls with some small pools just above the road there. It's not really getting me fired up yet though. So it's not the only place that I have marked on the map. I have a few more, and I'm just going to spend the day exploring. So I'm going to drive south now and see what shows up. That's more like it. A lackey moth caterpillar. At least that's what I think it is. Spring is in the air. Da, 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 da. I like this time of year. In case you hadn't guessed. Because I haven't mentioned it at all, have I? This is the river Toscaig, which to me sounds like the name of a whiskey. Maybe it is. You guys tell me. Anyhow, it's right down in the southwest corner of the Applecross Peninsula. And I've never been here before, but it looked really cool when I looked at it on aerial photographs. And it's coming down for miles from the high hills in the center of the peninsula around this corner. Really sharp corner, more than 90 degrees, and then it heads down to Toscaig Harbour, which is a very charming little spot down there. So at this time of year, of course, without very much vegetation on the leaves, it's not looking its best. Really, I need to come back here in summer or autumn when the water is warmer as well, because then it'll be a great time to go jumping in the pools in the river. But it's a really impressive little spot. I'm glad I came here, and I like places where the native vegetation, in this case in woodland, is in a good condition, or a reasonably good condition, because once you come up above the glen, the gully, everything is eaten by deer and it's all very bare. But down here it's really lush and basically a temperate rainforest. It's damp and quite lovely. So before I head home, I'm going to go a bit further up this hill, so further into the hinterland of the wilderness here, where I can get a line of sight to fly my drone off a bit further away and check out a few potentially interesting minor little gullies which might have waterfalls or pools in them, but might not be worth the effort of going all the way over there on foot. Oh, what's coming? That was awesome. I'm pretty sure that that was a pair of eagles, and they landed up on the rocks up there, which I came over coming in here, checking out the gorge, and I'm assuming that they're looking for a place to nest. It's probably a breeding pair if they were flying together. They were huge. Amazing. You don't see that every day. Right, up the hill with the drone. Well, as these things often turn out, I wasn't able to get the drone as far as I wanted to because it's just a bit too windy today.
There's very little wind this morning after it was really gales yesterday. So I tried my best to penetrate into the wind, but it just couldn't get far enough. So the sun has got decidedly less intense, and there's actually quite a cold wind here. But there is a beautiful view in the distance with the clouds rolling over the tops of the Coolins over there on Skye opposite. And I can see the snow on the Munros over to the east. I can't remember which ones those are because those are ones which I'm not all that familiar with, but it looks pretty. And I got to go all the way back down there. So I want to try and get home. It's about a 2-hour drive before it gets completely dark. Kiss my 7-year-old son goodnight. So this has been a bit of a short one, but I wanted to give you a little bit of an insight into how I actually go about finding places to make these videos and to take my photographs. So I guess that's what I did. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Loads more stuff coming, exciting stuff this year. Leave comments if you feel like it. I love to read the comments. And next time I will be back with something more exciting. At least that's the plan, if I can get the weather for it. And in the meantime, look after yourselves. Take it easy.